So up,
Hey,
them island boys,
hey,
watch ya, boom. Right now we under, we rum and we sensei.
Chud.
English harbor, you know we drink plenty.
Rum.
Hustle hard, rich and pocket never empty.
Never
Give
empty.
thanks to blessings, it a shower, it a flow.
Well,
Well, it's a rum table.
Hey.
Yo, Shaq, pick up yourself on this podcast. You know, you don't know what just stick a representing. You're listening to the Rum Table podcast.
Sup?
You know.
Hey.
Boom.
You know, it's the Rum Table Podcast, as you've heard. It's your boy Richie Rich, aka Real Big Man Ting. With me, as always, is my guy.
It's your boy Shaq, aka Just Shaq, and let's attack this topic.
Yo, Shaq, before we get into the topic, I gotta shout out all the listeners and them. The regulars, we love y'all, we appreciate the support. And if it's your first time listening, definitely hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and listen to the end, because we do get into some very interesting topics. And if you've already done that, yo, big up yourself.
Yo, and like you said, to the regular listeners, them sharing our stuff, promoting our stuff.
Yes,
yo, love y'all.
Yo,
love
yeah,
y'all.
man. Big up yourself, each and every one of you, for sure. But yo, we have to really get into this topic. It's a little serious, but you know, we do get into the funny side of it, you know.
Because everything in life can be funny.
You can make a joke out of anything. Based off of the title, you can see it's a liquor serious, but
They're gonna be like, how can you make harassment serious?
yo, I mean, it's serious. How
I mean,
do you
how
make
can
it
you make it
funny?
funny? I
Yeah,
mean.
you can make it funny, man. Like, well, the reason why I was thinking about this too, right, is because people are seeing the Kanye West and the Kim Kardashian thing play out in public, right? Them being such big celebrities and everything, right? One thing nobody's talking about is that it's creepy. You're telling me that the man can move close by posting the guy that she's seeing. Like, when are we gonna say that it's harassment?
It's harassment.
You can't
for
just be
sure.
like, it's cute, the man is trying to get his woman back. No, when is it gonna be considered harassment?
It depends on what you're doing, right? Like if you're going up there with flowers and shit,
Brother.
and a boombox playing over your head like
right.
back in
But
the 80s.
no, you can't say that. The man did that. No,
Yeah, if you're doing
He
that,
did that,
that's trying to get your woman back.
he did that for Valentine's.
But when you're doing like stalkerish, type
He's doing
creepy
stalkerish
shit,
vibes,
then it
man.
gets
Nah,
alright,
I
it's
can't do that. I
harassment.
can't do that. Tell me if I'm wrong. Y'all write it in the comments. Tell me it's not cute anymore. When are we gonna say, yo, that's harassment? But hold that thought. Unless y'all have your drink, good for y'all. We don't have our drink in hand yet, but we're drinking the 1888 Brugal today. You know, if you've been a regular listener, you should know we have the 1 minute rum facts and we got Shaq with the facts.
But
What?
seeing as it's a Dominican rum today,
It is Dominican indeed, yes.
it's gonna be rich with the facts.
All right.
I'm putting you on it. We putting him on the spot.
Yo, that's
It's
fine.
rich with
That's
the
all
facts.
good, man. Well, we got a shout out to Rube Dog. Rube Dog drinks. We put that always in the description,
Yeah.
in the show notes. Y'all check him out. He always links us with the rum facts. But a quick rum facts. Yo, this is the 1888 Dominican rum, right? I'm gonna let Shaq start opening that up, but it signifies the date that the distillery Brugal was actually founded.
Yo, it looks too prestigious to open.
It is decent now. Like,
it looks like a collector's item.
it's aged in both American and Spanish oak. The rum is also made of a column still, so expected to be a bit light and easygoing with a little bit of extra spice due to the alcohol pulling extra wood flavor from two different barrels, right? It's also crafted to be sipped, but it's not the cheapest. So based off of its price, you know, you're supposed to technically make like a old fashioned or a Manhattan with it, right?
Right.
But I'm gonna drink it straight. I think Shaq plans to drink some ginger ale with it, or you might sip straight too.
Yo, it smells like a straight on the rocks.
That's what we're supposed to do. That's what it's for. But the 1888 is also a blend of rums between 5 and 14 years old, and the Spanish cask are ex-sherry casks, so there should be a bit of oxidative fruit notes as well. And yo, that's pretty much it for your rum facts today. You know, you're welcome. The
Yes,
Brugal
yo.
straight from Dominican Republic.
Is it? That's a
Ahí
real
está,
1 minute
ya
rum
tú
fact.
sabes.
Okay.
And yeah, so cheers to you guys if y'all have your drinks. And
I like this bottle.
cheers to you, Shaq. And yo, let's get into it, man. What are your thoughts when it comes to this whole sexual harassment or just harassment in general? You know what I mean? It's debatable.
I think people take everything and fuck it up. That's what I think. I think there is
Talk to me.
harassment,
What do you mean?
and
What do
then
you mean?
there's like not harassment, which you're calling harassment.
Okay, wait, hold on. What is harassment?
All right, let's get into harassment.
What is harassment? From what I
All right.
understand, well, harassment, according to the dictionary, is unwanted and unwelcomed and may offend or humiliate an individual. So it's basically a discrimination or abuse of any type, but it's unwanted.
Right.
Nobody asks you. Nobody wants you to harass them or bother them.
Right. Even if you just went up and tried a thing with whatever,
And they don't want it.
They made it known that they're not interested.
Yeah.
Or they shy away from it or whatever, and
Yeah.
they still keep going, then you're asking yourself, forget a harassment charge.
No, very true. The thing about it is that harassment ties into one of the topics we were talking about before when it comes to approaching women.
Right. Like, how do you approach women nowadays?
Yeah, because the harassment thing is on a rise now, dog. You don't even know how to talk to women no more because...
Yeah. If you just come up to her and be like, yo, what's going on, beautiful? Oh, my God,
Yeah.
he's a creep.
Yeah, exactly.
Harassment.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, you catch any charge nowadays.
It's tough. And that's why people are questioning. They don't even know how to talk to women no more because any little reason could cause so-called harassment, especially with the... what was the women movement?
Me Too.
The Me Too movement, right?
Which that's a serious
And that
movement.
is some sexual harassment. We can get into that now.
So all right, there's different levels. There's different type of harassment.
There's different
right?
types, right?
So let's get into the sexual one first, because that's the one everybody understand. Everybody
This,
can relate to, I guess.
all right. So all right, Louis C.K. Right? This is old news, but Louis C.K. ends up masturbating on women. They'll be in his hotel rooms or whatever, reading scripts or whatnot. The man does a liquor. He basically comes out naked and asks to masturbate on you. I don't think they usually say yes, or he just starts anyway. I think he's also been caught just watching them.
I mean, if he's coming out
masturbate.
naked just randomly, like
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously more to the story, right? I don't
Right.
want to believe that somebody's just popping out like this. Yo,
I
This
really
is what we
think
doing.
men are freaks. Men are pervs.
yeah, but okay.
I'm not surprised.
if the women aren't, you really think that there's like, okay, Louis C.K. He's on that level of life, and he's just gonna pop up. He's just gonna do some crazy shit, and he knows that the woman wasn't giving him no vibes before. Like, really,
It's possible. No,
the woman was there for all business.
it's possible. But okay, what the reason why I bring that up now is like, how do you go about these things as women? Women get harassed all the time.
Like catcalling and shit.
Yeah, imagine.
I remember growing up back home. It's
Yeah.
not like I thought catcalling was something bad.
No, we grew up thinking, like catcalling is just normal. It's like,
Yeah, you see
hey,
it all the time.
baby, what going on now? And she's way across the street. Hey, gal.
Yeah.
Hey, gal.
But you see, because like back home,
and
it
especially if
works
they
though, don't it? More times you can still catch a woman's attention,
Okay,
and she'll
but-
come over and she'll...
So the debate is, does it actually work, or is it the girl feels like somewhat fearful and she gives in? You ever think about that?
I mean, I've seen it in real life.
What do you mean? You're talking from experience? You're talking from experience.
Yeah, like
Explain that. Go ahead.
I don't feel like a woman's ever being intimidated by me into coming and talking to me.
You don't know that.
I
It's
don't know,
possible.
but I don't feel like it. It's like it depends too, right? If it's a timid woman, like she's shy, or she's in her own zone, or she's having a bad day, or it's so many ors, right?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna approach her. People usually have this aura around them, like,
Yeah.
don't fucking come near me right now.
Right.
And then you go and do that. You're pushing buttons, right?
Yeah.
But then if it's like, you can tell like the woman's, from that first interaction, from your first call out to her, and she looked back on you and she's like, what you want?
Right.
Or something, like,
Yeah.
like she's
And
playing with you back.
What does the
It's
guy
different.
say there? It's like, move your sour mama. It's like, it gets disrespectful now.
At some point,
because
it can, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You're not getting the response that you wanted. But it is harassment. Technically, is catcalling harassment? Yes or no?
That's crazy.
That is a legit question. Is catcalling harassment?
How is a man supposed to approach a woman? If you can, okay,
So
when we
what-
say catcalling,
that's-
it could be different shit, right?
Okay, when we're talking about catcalling, we're obviously talking about you hollering at a girl who maybe you're passing her, or she's across the street or whatever, and you go, yo, hey baby, or yo, hey gal, yo, you know what I mean? You're trying to get her attention.
Yeah.
Is that considered harassment? especially
I
okay,
don't consider it harassment.
what if she doesn't look?
But what if-
Oh, she knows you're calling her and she doesn't turn around?
Then
And
at
you're
that
still doing
point,
it.
if you can tell that she heard you, if you can tell that she heard you and she's still moving on, then let it go. It's not that serious. There's other women out here.
Gotcha. So you're saying, but is that harassment?
It can't. I don't see that being harassment. How we're human beings. We communicate.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. No, but there's ways to communicate. And that's gonna be the argument now.
She's across the street. We're talking Richmond Street.
Yeah,
right? 5 lanes or whatever it
Busy
is.
street.
Busy street.
And you spot she from across. From
Yo,
so
she
far?
coming down hot, and she pass over a vent at Lady Monroe style. Her dress fly up. You know what I mean? Like you're attracted to the woman. You want to call out to her, get her attention, or else she's just gonna keep walking. So what am I supposed to do? Run across the street, go catch her? And if I run across the street, go catch her, isn't that more harassment?
Yeah,
than
but,
me calling out?
you're right. It sounds creepy, but there's ways to do it. I think there's ways to do it. It sucks that we don't have a girl on this episode to give us their point of view on it. But I really think there's ways around it. Your tone matters. Your facial
100%,
expression
100%,
matters.
100%.
It's different. It's different from you saying, yo, hey, gal, across the street. And it's like, or maybe if you get the attention, like, hey, I'd really love to say something. Even that sounds creepy. I don't even know. I don't even know how you
we've been like programmed. Everything in this world that you say to that woman is gonna sound creepy.
Maybe from a distance. Maybe
how
from a
bad
distance.
it is. You know how bad it is. There's been times that I've tried to call out to a woman because something fell out of her purse,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
and she automatically done turn around Bex.
Yeah, she does not want you to bother her.
And how many videos have we seen of shit like that?
Yeah,
And then it's like, well, then I'm keeping this shit, bitch. Like, what's your problem?
I know, but then do women not have a reason? Yo, when you think about it, right? Women can easily, like, turn down guys. They can easily turn down guys. And it's also because I think it comes from practice. Because you've been called by man, you know what I mean? Just from walking since you're like 11, 12 years old. Right? Ain't how much man getting troubled at 10, 11 years old that's being catcalled by a girl.
It definitely
doesn't really happen.
Actually,
so, if it happens,
happen.
it doesn't happen on the level
Not
that it happens
regular
to girls,
like
right?
No.
So the fact it don't happen like how it happens to girls often, they're so skilled at ignoring man.
shutting it down.
They're skilled at that because they've been doing it for their masters at ignoring at this point. No, this is also why guys can't ignore girls, or you know what I mean, even in like relationship or just when you're out in public, guys are easy. No, what do you understand?
Are you about to give an excuse for my dudes have to cheat out here?
I'm not gonna say why you cheat.
We didn't develop the skills. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying it's an excuse why men cheat. No, but it's definitely a factor that men are not as skilled to ignore girls as women, because you guys have been catcalled your whole life.
Facts.
You understand? It's almost like in your brain to just ignore. You're just like a ad blocker, just blocking things constantly.
Yeah, it's automatic. You can tell it's automatic.
Whereas guys, even though you get girls all the time, you were not catcalled as much as women, right?
I can tell you something from personal experience.
But I'm gonna say, when girls start with, you think you're gonna be Kanye West and you can just ad block all these girls when before you were Kanye West, nobody's troubling you.
Right.
You understand?
You can't just turn
you could be
the switch.
the ugliest girl ever and man will call you. Like constant. Man will shout you from across the street. Yo, roly poly. Yo, what going on? Yeah, it just is how it is. And I think I wonder, that plays a factor.
I wonder what it's really like up here in North America. What is it like?
Catcalling?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never done it here, but I want to believe it's probably way more found as disrespectful.
Probably, yeah. Because in the Caribbean, if somebody calls out to a woman and they're like, yo, baby love, you look hot enough, or something.
Some girls would find it as a compliment, but
Right.
but it could also be coming from a genuine place where it's just like, that's just what you know. So it's like, yo, you're just telling them they look hot and you don't want nothing else to do with it.
But I feel like a lot of women actually like shy away from confident dudes.
You think? I thought
Because
girls
it is
like
like-
confident dudes.
They do, but I think they're shying away from confident. Like a confident dude is a dude that's gonna catcall, you know?
Right, to an extent.
For the most part, because everybody around is gonna be watching.
Yeah.
From the moment he opens his mouth, everybody done heard.
When you say everybody, you're talking about he's just around his own boys, or you're talking about
No,
he's around
just on
anybody?
the street. Like,
Okay.
If we're talking like Antigua, Market Street,
Yeah.
you just call across the street to somebody, just literally just right there, but the whole of Market Street.
Yeah,
heard
and they
you.
will follow you. Once you turn around, they're like running behind you.
Who's
That's
ready?
that's what they do. If you
Oh, the dudes
cat
there.
call, yeah,
Yeah,
if you cat
okay.
called somebody and they gave you that, that even a head nod, some sort of acknowledgement. No, it's like phase two. Phase two is where you run
Yeah,
behind,
right.
probably talk and see. But okay, let's talk about the situation where you and a person's in like the same place, like next to each other in a coffee shop or something.
Right.
The problem with that is like a lot of people, guys, especially guys, don't know how to talk.
Yeah, facts.
Guys do not know how to
Well,
talk.
they've been ad blocked, dog. Nowadays, guys are being ad blocked left and right. So the guys them that have it naturally, they're all right still. You can disable the ad block. But the other dudes trying to come up in the game now, it's rough.
It must suck.
Yeah,
it must suck.
Because first of all, every human being doesn't like getting rejected.
No, of course not.
People are scared of getting rejected.
Yeah.
and shit.
Nobody like that.
Right. So if you're not naturally that dude and you try it and you get rejected, it's gonna mess with you.
But I keep wondering though, because even if you are in this small liquor space with somebody and you see this hot girl in this like a coffee shop or whatever, in a Starbucks, a lot of guys don't know what to say to this person they find attractive without coming off creepy.
Yeah, it's rough.
And they don't know how to talk. Like I would just, the reason I even come to my mind now is that I'm following a friend in a coffee shop, and the friend says, yo, find this girl attractive or whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he must have said something stupid, something to do with like the menu or whatnot. Cool. I think it's cool. You say something stupid, the girl finds it
Like
funny.
Yeah.
You have a conversation, and the girl must have asked, where you from, right? I hate hearing people do this. When somebody asks you where you're from, I don't see the point of you making it difficult for the other person. So, for example, the man's like, where do you think I'm from?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, why should she go through hoops now to figure out who you are? I don't see the point of that. And what I'm saying is, I know this is obviously just something to do with how you approach girls, but it's also, guys just end up being creepy afterwards. It just becomes creepy, even how your mannerisms are, and you're just standing up in somebody's face, like staring at their eyes and shit. It's just weird. I don't know.
That sounds fucking weird.
I've been out of the game long, but trust me, that shit's weird.
Okay, all right. So for our culture, right, we're like a dancehall culture, right? Mm-hmm. It's easier to pick up a girl or deal with a girl right there on the spot if you're in a club or some shit.
Right.
Well, at least that was my experience.
Yeah.
Anyway, right?
I think that's very common.
Yeah, we're all in a positive vibe. We all know that we're all here to just hold them, just enjoy the vibes. So now you have something like the pandemic, dog, and the clubs are closed. How are dudes picking up women? Isn't it always going to come off as harassment now? Everybody's in their busy day-to-day 24/7 life, not interested in dudes or women.
I really think Caribbean girls are way more tougher when it comes to what society calls sexual harassment.
1,000,000%. Up here is just like anything could be sexual harassment.
Yeah. You can, if you rest your hand on your co-worker's shoulder, you might be fired.
You done fucked up.
You understand? But I'm not saying
HR.
it's supposed to, because harassment means it's not welcomed, right?
Right.
But I don't think Caribbean girls are not afraid to cuss you off.
But and it's also like, how do you know until you try?
How do you know until you what?
How do you know until you try? Like, okay, you have a coworker that.
So you don't know. You don't know whether you're being a creep or not.
Listen to me, dog. You have a coworker, right? You and the girl are like in the same space. Maybe y'all are cubicle buddies or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is like in the office, right?
What do they call them? Your work wife, your work husband. You ever heard those terms?
I've never heard those terms.
Real shit.
So you go to work and you have a work wife.
Yeah. Like how it's because you just said cubicle buddies. I'm like, work wife and work husband is a thing. It's a thing. work spouse. Yeah, referring to a co-worker with whom one shares a special relationship, having bonds.
Okay, well, that's already obviously done gone past the sexual harassment part. Then maybe I'm talking
Oh
something
yeah, okay,
else.
fair enough. Go ahead.
All right, so y'all in the same vicinity, and y'all always, friendly and ha ha ha, blah blah blah. But it's not flirty, or whatever. But you as the
Right.
man take up yourself and say, "Yo, let me test the waters a little more."
Uh-huh.
And the moment you test the waters, that means there's harassment.
That's the thing. I personally don't know fully how you can go about it. You know what I mean? Because everybody handles things differently. You probably is basing it off of your experience. Something could happen to you before. You know what I mean? Where you don't take certain situations lightly.
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, if anybody's ever been violated before, they wouldn't take it light.
Right.
They would just
Yeah,
bring
I would
back all that.
assume the
yeah.
buttons are easily pressed. I don't know compared to somebody else.
Well, I could
But
tell you on
remember,
that.
there's more than one type of harassment now.
Yeah, but
it doesn't
before,
have to be.
before we get into the other ones, I have a quick story because I
What's
remember
that?
it earlier.
What up?
I can kind of understand what these women are feeling like when they're being like harassed or catcalled or whatever. Because back home, I had an aggressive woman pull up on me and start trying to flirt with me. But the way she was flirting with me was like
Yeah.
different, dog. Like it was almost like,
Did you like it though?
Nah. It was almost like she was the man
Mm-hmm.
of men. Like no man could touch her. She's more manly than any other man
Got
on
you.
the planet.
Okay.
And she was aggressively trying to flirt with me.
Okay, that's interesting. You made me think of something. Go ahead.
And it made me want to like, you ever seen the Peter Griffin, like when he just walked back into the
Yeah,
bush?
yeah,
It made me want to
The
just vanish, dog.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what to do.
And she was trying to get your attention.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
Which goes back to that thing you were saying before, like women have the ad block from
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many years of it, and I didn't know what
Guys
to do.
don't know how to deal with it. That's interesting to me now. We've had quite a few situations now with my wife and I when we went out to the club. I've told you about these stories where girls end up like bothering me. I don't know what they see in me now because I'm usually just enjoying
It's
the event.
the bottle service.
Must be so anyways, it happened more than once, but let's just talk about that last incident when we went out, right? And then this girl kept coming to me, even though I kept telling her like, yo, I have a woman and whatnot. And
Oh,
she
yeah.
kept,
Oh, okay.
you remember
Niagara.
that? Yeah. And she kept coming to me, whereas that is a form of harassment now. It is harassment technically, because if it's unwelcome, I've already told you, yo, I have a woman, whatnot.
Okay,
enjoy
yeah.
that, keep it distance.
From that
or whatever.
moment on, it's
Yeah,
harassment.
if you keep coming back every time,
Yeah. From that moment on,
it
it's
is harassment.
But remember what women also do. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend."
Right.
So maybe she thought, because maybe she's that type of woman that does that. Oh, I have a boyfriend. She really doesn't have a boyfriend. So you saying you have a wife, maybe she thinks that's what you're doing.
Yeah, but it don't matter. If a girl tells you she has a man, even if she's just saying so you stop troubling her, she's still saying if you just stop troubling her. So if you continue,
hold on.
If
We've both dealt with women that have
if
men.
you continue, it's harassment. I don't care what nobody say.
Okay, so we've both dealt with women that have had men, right? Sometimes it's like, sometimes it's not really.
You're trying to say because they don't really mean it.
Yeah, like you could call it harassment if you want, but maybe it's also
it is harassment.
listen to me. Maybe it's also persistence, because it's not like, what are you trying to say? I harassed her into having sexual relations, dog?
Yo, but that's the thing now. That's where it becomes a sexual assault afterwards, and girls yell rape now, because if she can prove that she told you no and you still come to that,
and then I swindle her.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I'm just a master friggin' mental player.
But that's
come on.
This is why people are becoming way more careful in terms of what they do.
That's scary, yo. Because imagine one of those times I was just going about my regular life, and then now I'm in jail or some shit.
Well, did she not say no?
I don't know about no. It was more like I have a man, like to tell me to back off.
All right, so y'all can tell me, those y'all that's listening or watching this, comment, is somebody telling you, a girl telling you, a guy telling you they have a girl, they have a man or whatnot, even though they're saying, yo, this for you to just leave them alone, and it may have turned into something afterwards because you decided to be persistent. Is it not sexual harassment?
Because you decided to harass.
It is.
You decided to harass her and you gave in.
Yeah, because I understand what you're saying. A lot of people take it as, yo, yeah, yeah, man, you have a man, so me not care about your man.
I'm in the business. Where they?
Yeah,
Where they?
Yeah, but it is technically harassment.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy.
Is that not the definition of harassment?
Right.
That's what it is.
All right. So for the last thing, for the sexual harassment vibe, is like this thing is too difficult to navigate nowadays.
Okay, talk to me.
It's too difficult to navigate nowadays. How can a man and a woman even get in a relationship nowadays?
How can a man and a woman get into a relationship? How so?
It's like the only way is for the two of y'all to see each other and the two of y'all to like look at each other in a kind of way right off the bat, and then the two of y'all come and approach each other at the same time, because it's now to the point the first one to come and approach is probably getting looking bad. You're probably harassing the next person.
That's the thing. I think I don't know how you can go about it now. Realistically, I'm not even in the dating game, so I don't have to deal with that. But I really think it's a thin line, dog. It's like
it's messed
you
up.
First of all, you have to know how to go about it, and then be respectful. I guess have a certain tone whenever you're talking to the person, because as harassment cases, very easy to file up now.
Very easy, and even things that's not. All right, I'm not gonna go down that road.
What are you thinking?
I was gonna talk about like rape.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of harassment. That's just an extreme version, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But yeah, we don't need to talk about that. We can talk about the other levels of harassment.
All right, what do you think about like pickup lines? Do you believe in that? Do you have a pickup line that you normally deal with?
Nah.
No?
It's more like whatever's going on in the environment at the time.
Which is good. I think that's probably the best way of having a conversation. Like if you do that, you come off less creepy. If you're talking about you're in an environment and you're speaking on your environment at the time. Like the same thing with a coffee. If you're in a coffee spot and you start talking about the menu. Yo, whatever. I just ask you for like a recommendation. Right. You know what I mean? That's a ease in.
Yeah.
With harassment. I'm talking about the menu. Hey, check. That's what I'm saying. Guys don't have game like that.
No, well,
read the room, dog. Read the room.
All right. There's a lot of that. A lot of that needs to happen too, because when you watch these movies and these playboys are walking around and they'll just be like you said, the same coffee shop example, and then they'll come with some shit like, I don't know. She looks like she has amazing taste. I love whatever she's having. Mm-hmm. Shit like that.
Yeah.
But guys don't think like that in real life.
Smooth. Yeah.
In real life,
yeah.
In the situation, is different. You check.
Yeah, it depends.
So
it
niggas
really
just
depends.
end up coming out creepy because they don't want to look fucked up.
Yeah.
So they end up looking fucked up.
I really don't get how they get to that, boy. Guys do really become creepy. The things that I hear guys say, oh my gosh.
It's because you're worried about the outcome.
Why?
You see, if guys never worried about the outcome, it'd be totally different. It wouldn't be like harassment.
I think guys would say worse. I really think guys would say worse.
What would a dude really? Oh shit, that's like under the comedian. Remember Patrice O'Neal?
Of course.
I don't know if y'all know.
He was a savage. He didn't care what he said.
He did not care. This dude is a legend. I used to love this dude.
He didn't care. He said something about sexual harassment, right?
Yeah, he said in his stand-up, The Elephant in the Room. He had a segment where he talked about like workplace harassment. He's like, ladies, listen, can't we just have a day where I could just harass you? He's
a sickhead though.
Yeah, but he brought it in a kind of special way, in an interesting way. It's like, he said, okay, basically, if I have a coworker and she's dressing up in a kind of way, and like her breasts, like her cleavage is like showing and thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna do this to me, and I'm a man,
harassment.
I am attracted to you. You know what I mean? I'm attracted to attractive women. That's literally my whole job in life, is to be attracted to a woman and then procreate. No?
Yes, but you don't have to harass in between.
Okay, but he was just saying like, why is it harassment if I just come up to you and I'm just like, Janice, beautiful titty meat you have there today.
That's 100% harassment.
Harassment.
At a workplace, absolutely, you can talk to HR boy.
But on the flip side, if he would have come in there dressed up different with a bow tie on, or you know what I mean, or his muscles coming out his shirt or some shit, and she'd have been like, "Oh, I see you looking all muscled up today. Like, what's going on?"
I got you.
It wouldn't be harassment.
You do have a point, but for you to speak about somebody's like outer body part,
Men don't have an equivalent to a fucking cleavage. Dog.
Okay.
We don't have that.
okay, I see your point. I
think in society
Well,
we're not
okay.
playing to like the basics. Like women, their bodies are shaped a way to attract us.
I understand that.
You understand?
I understand that, but you can't. Okay, so you're saying men should be allowed to walk around and be like, nice titty meat.
No, that's what he's saying. Let's get this clear.
Okay.
Let's get this clear.
I think that's what
And
you're
I mean, I
saying.
just found this shit hilarious.
Okay.
It
So-
is like
so
it's
is-
kind of funny.
It is funny, but it's definitely sexual harassment. Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
I mean, but it depends on that relationship, because then you could also have that coworker that just is all like, it's funny to her too. Maybe she's not attracted to you like that, but she
Yeah,
fucking
but
gets your humor.
You have to realize now the way how even like a workplace harassment works is that it doesn't have to be just the person you're talking to now. If me and you are having a conversation, because harassment also has discrimination in that. So, for example, discrimination is a part of harassment. Certain types of discrimination is a level of harassment.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So if it is that I'm having a conversation with you, right? And you may not find it offensive and somebody else does that's next to you, it could also be a type of harassment. It could.
There's no way people are filing harassment
Absolutely.
cases against people.
Absolutely.
Off of shit that they weren't even talking to them about.
Absolutely, 100%.
Y'all have to
100%.
comment below, because I don't want to believe that that's a
Yeah,
thing.
it is a thing, because
Maybe,
also
I mean-
it's also a lot of people think that you can't defend yourself, or maybe they don't think you should have found it funny. You understand? So they,
Well, okay, see, we're in. That's the problems of the world. I don't want to call them Karen, because I know there's Karens out here that's still nice ladies, but that's
Yeah.
a Karen fucking move. Like what kind of shit is that? So man A is talking to woman B, but woman C get vexed about it, and woman B no vex.
Yeah, even if, of course. Okay, so let's just say, for example, you go around in the workplace shouting out, "Yo, nice breast, nice titty, meat," right?
All right.
And even if you're not talking to that person, another person hears you, and let's just say they took it upon themselves, like, I feel offended. You're saying that to me, right? Even though you didn't, right? Even though you
But
didn't,
she can't say that. Because
even though
never
you
was speaking
didn't,
to
but
her.
she did hear you say it, did she not?
Yeah, but
Okay,
it
listen
wasn't
to me for a
directed
second.
to her.
Listen to me for a second. Even if it wasn't directed to her and she took it upon herself that you spoke to her, right? Oh, because she did hear you. Even if she lied and said it was for her, and she brings that upon management. What is you think your excuse can just be, yeah, I said it, but I didn't say it to her? You think that makes it all right?
No. When it comes to like corporate shit,
It doesn't.
the HR is automatically gonna be like,
so
we gotta address
why
this.
do you think not? It's because it is harassment. Whether it was directly or indirectly.
No, it's because that weak individual decided to take
The
it up.
weak individual.
That weak individual decided to take it up on themselves to feel offended about some shit that had nothing to do with them.
I see.
And this is the world. The world today plays like to take care of the weak and defeat the strong. It's trying to balance everybody down to like a level. You know what I mean? If you're too
Yeah.
strong, it tries to bring you down. If you're too weak,
Yeah.
it protects you.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's debatable, but all right. Let me ask you this, because this is another problem with harassment. This is what leads to harassment too. Because you were saying something earlier about men being confident, guys and women. But like I said, women are pros when it comes to like rejecting guys.
Yeah, ad block
They
on
add blocking work and clean.
Yeah.
The problem is a lot of guys can't take rejection. So this is where the harassment thing comes into play. How many documentaries have you not seen situations with the incels and whatever, just because they're being rejected? No, they feel they can just harass people or even go as far as, murdering people,
Right,
raping, whatever, just because they've been denied.
I'll never agree with that mindset. You have to learn to take your rejection, because you like those people are going. They're approaching the situation with a kind of entitlement that it don't belong to them. Why do you feel entitled? Why do you feel like this person should just give you their attention and give you their body? And why?
Right.
Why?
Right.
That's a whole different individual. They think like that, but if like some muscled up jail dude that's been like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not gonna pass it. They're not gonna pass it with them.
They're not gonna.
No.
That same person is not gonna feel like, oh, that jail dude is now entitled to a piece of the ass.
Nah.
They're gonna feel like it's their ass to keep to themselves, right?
Yeah. No, it's true.
Those people are fucked.
Have you listened to those guys? The Fit and something podcast. Those guys that talk shit.
Fit and something.
Yeah.
Ones, is it the same dudes that get those girls on there and
Right.
and just kind of fuck them up?
Yeah, those guys are so entitled.
Yeah.
That is the same thing. I feel like when you feel like you're such a macho man, like once you start getting rejected, it kills your ego.
Yeah, or you know what it is?
Burns
it's just
your
an ego
ego.
thing.
Yeah.
And this is why most of harassment is directed to men, is because we have fragile egos.
Absolutely. And some girls know how to touch your ego.
Oh fuck.
Caribbean girls
They know how
will
to
damage your
you.
ego.
They know how to damage you.
And I think that's why they don't. I'm not saying they don't mind catcalling. I personally think they can handle it better because the reaction is way more hardcore.
Yeah, they don't take it like I'm a victim. They take
Correct
it
me
like
if
you're
I'm
trying
wrong.
to fuck with me. I'm just gonna damage you back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they savage. Some of the response some Caribbean girls get, trust me, you might not want to talk for the rest of the day. Oh crap. But I mean, we can't get into all of harassment. Like, you know, we're not gonna talk about like what you can do to pretty much avoid it. How you handle harassment. I mean, we'd really have to have like a professional here for that. But we really wanted to get into certain harassment that, you know, women have to deal with, and guys are the ones that more so are causing it, or guys not realizing that they're harassing. Cause
right. I mean, there's also some slimy dudes too, right? That they know, and they just keep doing it. And
persistent.
is it persistent?
It's something, brother.
If you know you're being slimy and the woman don't want it, it's not persistence anymore.
Oh, man.
All right, let's get on to another one that I've seen witness coming up here is like workplace harassment.
Yeah, go through.
Cause that's a different kind of harassment. You know what I mean? That's
Talk
like
about
a demoralizing harassment.
Talk
too.
about it. Because women don't really speak up as much when it comes to workplace harassment. Women don't talk as much, which I understand why they don't. Like, how could they when most of the time your boss is a man?
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
or
right,
they
right,
don't
right.
even understand, or they brush it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, and the crazy part about the whole system, if you're bringing a workplace harassment case against somebody or to address, you're bringing it to HR.
Yep.
But the HR works for the company.
That's right. They don't work for you. They work for management.
They only care about making sure the company is set, that the company not gonna look a certain way if this thing blows out into public.
That's right. That's
So-
another thing, yeah.
So if it's something serious, like something over like to the extreme, that's gonna fuck the company up, they'll take
Yeah.
care of it, and
Yeah.
it'll look like it's on your part, but
Under the
it's not.
table. Yeah. Yeah. And if it's like a big corporation, the HR, well, it's usually already like rooted in the company by that time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not you're not the first
No.
case. It's been happening.
Been happening.
Yeah. It's
There's-
tough.
there's
It's
this-
really tough.
There's this game I used to play a long time ago, World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I heard of it.
Recently, like I think a year or two ago, there's been this whole thing that came out about them. I saw it. It was like in the workplace, it was all dudes were management, right? Women just kept getting rejected for management positions, even though they were overqualified for it. Super toxic environments is what came out, right? That this whole thing turned into. And women were like actually getting sexually harassed and shit too. So the whole workplace was just toxic, and it was all catered for men. So when this whole thing blew up, it was enough dudes got fired. But when it came to like the thing, the HR reports, HR always brushed it off.
Of course. I'm not surprised. I think that's very, very common.
Because who's HR's boss?
Yeah.
it's still the same employees. It's like what the.
And then what? They just get rid of HR, replace them.
Replace them, and it's back to the regular scheduled program.
Yeah, boy. It's tough.
So, like, I also had this one situation where I seen recently, an employee did something wrong, right? The boss came and checked it, like came and corrected it in person. Mm-hmm. The employee did something wrong again. The same thing. He did the same thing wrong again, right? Same week. After just being told, he still did the same thing wrong out of habit. But the boss was already on his ass. The boss came back like literally the next day and the next day until he caught him again. Which at some point, it's not really the boss doing their job. It's like the boss is trying to fuck. He just wants to catch you doing it wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like he's harassing you at this point.
Yeah.
Is that, well, actually, I should be saying, is that harassment or is that the boss doing their job?
Huh.
Because that dude got fired for that. So the boss was like on his ass trying to. No, the boss fired him. The boss was like looking for a reason to fire him.
Wait, this is after he did something?
So he did something wrong once. The boss caught him on it. Mm-hmm. Then the next day the boss went and corrected it in person, right?
Yeah.
Told him not to do it anymore. Blah.
Was this something? Was it what did the guy do something sexually harassment?
No, nothing sexual.
No,
Okay. Work related. Right?
Okay, gotcha. Oh, you're saying this is another type of harassment.
A different type of harassment, just like a general.
It's debatable. It's debatable. I mean, it could just be the boss doing his job, making sure things are done how it's supposed to.
But why would the boss like go after him every single day until he found something to catch him?
I see what you're saying. I mean, I'm not sure.
Because it like we gotta.
I feel like if it's a situation where, you know, you couldn't just fire the employee like that, and it must be, you know what I mean, they have time there or something, and you couldn't just discriminate. You can't just discriminate somebody and let them go. So you had to like find something to let them go. I think that is a level of harassment.
Right, he's constantly searching instead of letting the fucking thing pop up.
Sure. And maybe they couldn't have just fired them just so, right? So yeah, it depends. But I mean, I don't know the full situation.
Right. Even I don't know the full situation. But it's like, how many workplaces up here, and we're talking a big corporate land, how many workplaces up here have people being like harassed out of the workplace, like fired or forced out the company, being harassed by these guys with like higher status or whatever, like your boss.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that the employee would feel like they could do. It can't go to HR because HR.
Of course, I'm sure people feel like that all the time, brother. Because, boss, imagine if you have a good-looking woman and she goes to work. Obviously, you expect people to trouble and all of that, but to deal with people sending you, maybe asking you for your number, that is harassment, no?
Asking for your number?
You can't just ask people for their number.
Well, obviously, I don't. Listen, I must be under a bridge somewhere back in the Stone Age. You can't ask people
for their number. It's harassment.
Because in my head, nobody comes up to somebody and just asks for the number like that.
Maybe not right away, no. But even if you just meet somebody, I don't even think you should just ask them for their number right there and then.
What do you mean, like? You don't have no conversation before, no interactions. You just pull up on somebody like, yo, this woman is attractive.
Yeah.
I'll deal with this woman. Yo, hey, babes, let me get your number. Just like that.
Okay, why? Okay, I think, isn't it better if you gave them your number? Whereas it's not harassment. If I give you my number and we're having a conversation.
I feel like in this day and age, they can make anything. You can just give them your number and it'll be harassment too.
But that is a debate. Now that's the question. If I gave you my number, right, after a good conversation, right, you messaging me now, you're just we're initiating the conversation. I gave you the means to reach me. No, you took part in that connection,
right,
and met me.
Saying that part of the relationship process now is that you have to cover your ass from the get.
Man, you have to play back and forth. It can't be one sided, else it is gonna be harassment. You have
to set it up from the start.
Yeah.
She messaged me. I gave her my number. She messaged me. It can't be harassment anymore.
I feel like you asking for somebody's number or their social media or whatnot when you just meet them. It's a bit, and then you're just messaging them first on top of that too. I think it's harassment.
I don't know. Because if you're gonna, you said, remember after y'all met and had a good conversation.
Yep.
So y'all had a good. If she really wasn't into you, why did y'all talk so long?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, why can't you just offer your means of communication, and then they meet you there, decide if they want to talk to you or
I
not?
feel like as guys, you're not brought up like that. You're not brought up to think that I should
So I
just
say
leave.
guys who have no manners.
No, it's not about that. It's like
Jesus Christ.
in society, guys are the ones that go after the women. Most of the time, we're not taught like no media that you
Okay,
watch
you're right.
is it where the guys are the ones that's just sitting back waiting for the women to make the plays.
You're right. You're
and
right.
because of this whole harassment vibes, now that's what it's turning into.
You're right. The reason why I'm saying that is that if the girls are having this Me Too movement, and you have the option now of making it come across less intimidating, right? Why not just do it that way? Where you're like, yo, here's my number, here's my social media, link me. You know what I mean? Whatnot, let's talk.
Because then the women end up with the Tinder swindler. Because
You check?
he says, yo,
who
here's my
knows?
location. Pull up if you want to pull up. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's tough, man. We could go into this for a very long time, but I figured it was something we had to really quickly step on, because I don't rate how this Kanye West thing was going about.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like with anything, it starts off one way. Like he has an agenda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, she's trying to push his buttons too this whole time. Let's not forget.
Push her buttons how? Push his buttons how?
Let's not forget that she knows intimate shit about this dude.
So
maybe she knows that if she I don't know, if she dates this fucking personal trainer, it might fucking trigger him a kind of way.
it doesn't matter. There's no reason for you can't make up there's an excuse for you to harass somebody.
No, I'm not saying about the harassment part. Obviously, when you get to the harassment, you're gone too far. I'm
Okay.
saying that she's pushing his buttons, and he's Kanye West, so he's fucking up. This is what he does. He goes extreme and he fucks up.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
And the media always is gonna be on his ass. They're always gonna catch him. He's in a fucked up spot, to be honest. But she's pushing. She's probably, you know what? People are gonna fucking come for me.
So we have to say, man.
She's probably pushing the man's buttons too, trying to get under his skin, and it's also fucking with his mind, causing him to get.
Who gives a shit?
I'm not saying that.
No, I don't
I'm not
care.
trying to put all the blame on Kim. I'm just saying that yes, Kanye looked bad. He's always gonna look bad. But you have to also think about who's the pawn master, not who's the pawn.
I don't give two shit when it comes to the fact that all I'm saying is, it's when do we say it's harassment? When do we say
when he's already done all the shit he's
because
done?
this is you don't need to be posting this and saying it becomes harassment. Like you're literally bothering people. I personally don't care about celebrities' lives. I'm just saying that when do we say, yo, this shit ain't fucking pretty no more?
Yeah,
you can't just say this man is trying to get back his woman. That's all I'm saying. I don't rate the whole harassment thing.
When it gets to the point that she feels like she's not gonna be able to just go home and just have her friggin' night to herself,
Yeah,
you're gonna be interfering with her.
right.
It's
If you're going out of your way to bother somebody, to either make it seem hurtful, or you're just on to somebody to try and get a reaction, it is harassment.
Yeah.
It's harassment.
It's still not right that somebody will friggin' get under somebody's skin, but you can't act on it.
Yeah, you can't act on it.
You
No,
can't
for
act on
sure.
it. You just have
sure.
to let that person be a piece of shit and just move on with your life.
That's it.
And that's all.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. There's no excuse for what he's doing, because at the end of the day, whether he is mentally ill, he have a problem, he's crazy or whatever, it still doesn't. He shouldn't be doing it.
It still doesn't make it up.
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, it is what it is.
We touched on the sexual part of it a lot. I don't know. Is there other harassment? I mean, like, okay, there's police brutality kind of harassment.
Yeah, no, there's
harassment.
definitely tons. It's tough for us to even get into all of that.
Yeah.
But I definitely wanted to touch on that thing, because that's what's currently happening right now.
Yeah. All right. Well,
but yeah, with that being said,
this Brugal is hitting me different. I don't know if it's because I'm tired, but shit.
yeah, I'm still on my first glass.
No way.
Yeah, no, but I did pour a lot.
Oh, okay. This is knocking me, dog.
Hey guys, Shaq is drunk.
Yo, yeah.
Hopefully y'all had y'all drinks too and you enjoyed the conversation. And as usual, we'll be back with it next week.
Yeah, we'll be back with another episode.
It's been a Rum Table special. Don't forget to like and subscribe and link us back soon. Back.
Boom.
Well, it's a rum table. Yo, Shaq, pick up yourself on this podcast. You know, you don't know a just sticker represented. You're listening to the Rum Table podcast. So, you know.